Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Made by Faith. I'm Joel Dowdy and welcome to my new channel. Today I am currently about to go to bed. I look like this. I was praying and I just had this overwhelming feeling that I needed to make a video. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. I just felt like I just needed to turn on my camera and just talk, and then God would just kind of guide me through it. I have no idea why. I really hope that God will let me not upload this because I literally don't have any makeup on. My hair is super dirty. I just threw it in a bun so I could wash my face, and I just felt like, hey, like, do it the way you're looking. I'm in a sweatshirt, literally about to go to bed. Yeah, I just don't know. I just keep feeling a sensation to talk about fear, and not really sure why, but I'm just gonna kind of go for it and just see where it leads me. Start off with, I'll just talk about fear in general and just how it's the #1 killer for God's people. And the devil that's his playground. That's the #1 thing that he can control us with. Because everyone is fearful of something in some type of form, something. And if that gets played in our life, we immediately drop it and we're like, God, what the heck? Like, I'm so fearful of this. You know that. Why did you allow this to happen? Why is this, and you just get so fearful, and then you just doubt God. But God's like, hey, I didn't create fear. That's not what I provided in my fruit. He says he is joy, he is peace, he is faithfulness, he is love, he is all these different things, but not fear. So he's like, when fear comes in, that's not me, that's the enemy, and you have to look past that, and you have to be like, hey, fear, you don't not own me, because God is the one and only thing that can doubt all this fear. And I am not gonna sustain my feelings inside, because I know God has a bigger plan for me. And God, like I said, didn't create fear, but he'll help you out of it and help you through it. Sometimes we can't bypass fear. Sometimes going on that stage and doing that speech is so hard and so fearful, and it's just the worst thing in the world. But maybe going and doing that speech can bring you to a whole new avenue you didn't even know about. Maybe you'll gain some confidence that you never thought you could have. Maybe you can go out and speak to more people because they're asking questions, because they're like, hey, I saw you do that speech, I really liked it. That's just a little example, but God will help you, and he will use you through that situation. Maybe it's something bigger than that. Maybe it's a college. Maybe it's finding and talking to a new friend you never thought of. Maybe it's talking to your dad you have never talked to, and you are so scared and you don't want to do it, but you have this feeling inside you that God is just telling you, hey, reach out. Hey, and it's like, maybe through that relationship, God will use you and God will use him, and you just don't know the multitude of God and the things he can do. We doubt him and we underplay him so much, but he's like, dude, why are you doubting me? I am so much greater than that circumstance. I am so much greater than all the worry and the doubt and the fear and this craziness. And you have to trust me, and you have to trust that I have a bigger calling on your life. I have a bigger calling than the fear that you are facing. He says, do not look on the things you can see. Do not seek the things you can see, but have faith and seek the things you cannot see. We must walk by faith and not by sight. We must do things that we don't want to do because we cannot see the ending in them. We cannot see God's ending in it. But that's not our plan. It's not our plan to plan God's plan. That sounds a little silly, but it's true. We must look at the things that God says right now, do today. This is the next step I want you to do. This is the next step you have to take. Then the next day, I need you to do this. Keep doing this. And each door will start opening up. each thing will start opening up. Yes, fear will creep in because fear doesn't want you to do those things. The devil will creep in with the fear and the anxiety and the depression and the sadness and the overwhelming fear of that thing, because he's like, no, I gotta block you. You can't do this. You can't do this. You can't do this. But he's just scared that you're going to fulfill what God wants you to do, because he is so fearful that you're going to help others pursue God. And he is like, no, you are not good enough. You are not pretty enough. You are not confident enough. You are not this, you're not this, or not this. But you're like, that's not you, God. I know that's not you. I know you say I'm confident in you, so therefore I'm confident in myself. You say that you are loved, therefore I can be loved by you and others. You say that I'm beautiful, so therefore I am beautiful. You do not put your standards on people. You do not put your standards on things that are not God, because they would disappoint you every single time. And I know I've said that so many times, but you cannot put your love in your friends. You cannot put your love in your parents, in your siblings, in your significant other, because they will come out and disappoint you over and over and over again, because that is not their job. It is not their job to fulfill your joy, your happiness, and all this. It's God's job to do that in us, therefore we can do it to others, because we are filled with him, and we know that that's not going away. So at the end of the day, when God doesn't do something in my life, that love for him doesn't go away. Therefore, that love inside of me doesn't go away. So therefore, I still love people. You see, if you have someone that breaks your heart, or some friends that betray you, and your parents leave you, something, that love inside, you're like, love doesn't exist, because the people I loved most broke my heart. Therefore, love doesn't happen. It doesn't exist. Or I can never be loved by anyone, and I can't love anyone ever again. But it's like God gives me that love. So when those things come and those things happen, that's not going away. So therefore, when fear creeps in and anxiety creeps in and depression creeps in, my faith in God does not decrease, because my things of this world don't come from this world. So therefore, the things of this world can't disappoint me, because God, at the end of the day, is for me and not against me. And he will never allow those things inside me, my confidence, my love, my joy, my peace, my patience, to go away, because he ultimately fills me with that, and it will never disappear, because he is never disappearing, because I draw near to him every day. So therefore he will draw near to me, and he will never allow those things to leave. Therefore I will never be disappointed in this world. Yes, there's heartbreak. Yes, I'll be sad. Yes, I will be depressed. Yes, all these things are going to come in. But at the end of the day, it will disappear, because God's like, hey, look at me. Hey, I got you. If you're sad, I will fill you with joy. Hey, if you're depressed, I will fill you with happiness. If you are broken, I will fill you with love. Whoa, I don't even know what just happened, but I hope that made sense. And it just breaks my heart right now during this time of all of this craziness in the world. And even Christians right now, they're so against God. They're like, what is happening? There's no way that God can be this crazy. And even the things that are happening in the spiritual realm, if you have any idea what's going on behind the scenes, it's like, whoa, God, how has this been happening for this long? How has there been people that have been trafficking kids of the highest powers in this country still doing it? How have they been getting away with it for this long? How do people not see that God is not of those people? How do they not see that they're evil? Why do they keep electing those people? It's the craziest thing to me, and I just want to say that God is fed up with it, and he is over it, and he's sending in people to make this earth clean. It's not just the US, but it's worldwide. God is cleaning it and doing some amazing things, and you can believe it or not, but at the end of the day, God is doing it, and inside me I can feel it. And this came to my mind, but I was praying the other day and I was just so upset. And I was like, God, what the heck is happening? And I was just kind of getting exposed to all this stuff. I've been reading, I've been watching videos, researching all this stuff about what's really going on behind the scenes of what people are showing us, what the mainstream media is showing us. And I was just like, God, wow, the sex trafficking ring is so big and it's worldwide, and the highest powers of the world is doing it. And I was just praying. I was like, God, like, why? Like, what is happening? I know that things are happening behind the scenes, but it doesn't look good, and I just don't understand. I just pray that you will help people stand up and expose this, and that their hearts will see that they're really trying to help us. And he's like, I will expose it. My children, his precious children. God loves his children more than anything. He talks about that. He says we have to be, I don't remember where he says this. I think it's Matthew, but he says that we have to listen to the children. We can't overlook them. So he was just telling me, I have to help my children. I have to allow them to come back home. They have to get out of the sex trafficking ring. And I was just like, whoa. Okay, Joelle, put your pride away. Put your pride away that you think that the things were gonna happen the way you thought are not gonna happen, because they must be exposed a different way in order to save God's children. And I was just like, well, okay, well, I'm gonna be quiet and I'm just gonna keep praying that they will come back home. I'll just keep praying that everything will be better, and I'll just keep praying that you are in control and that people can see that you are in control, and that at the end of this day, when all this evil is gone, that more people will be pointed to you, because you pulled us out of the deepest parts of the sea that we've ever been in. You pulled us out of the devil. The devil won yet again. He will always lose. The God is so mighty. He created this earth. You really think that the devil would beat him? No. And that's what he has to do. He has to go in and say, hey, you do not win. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just am going to leave you guys with this, that God is going to win no matter what. In our hearts, he must win. At the end of the day, we have this hole inside us that must be filled with something. We look to other things to fill it, and we always come out empty. And God's like, hey, I have the potion to fill you with this stuff. I have the recipe to fill you with this stuff, but you have to call on my name, and I will come and I will fill you with this stuff that will never run out. It's streams of living water. He says, I am a stream of living water, and I will never run you dry. We have to really, really intentionally believe that. And you will never run dry, and you'll always be filled with his faithfulness and his love and his joy and his peace and his patience. God, he will never fail you, and I swear that he will never fail this country. He'll never fail this world. He is going to wipe it clean with the evilness of this world. So I just pray that you guys got something out of this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna upload this. Maybe, probably. But I just pray that you guys will really see what's going on. And when everything comes out this week or next week, you'll just fall closer to God, because you're like, whoa, no one could have pulled us out of that. No man could have pulled us out of that but you. And there's so many people praying for this world right now. There's no way God doesn't hear us prayers. There's no way. So my phone's gonna die. But I just pray that you got something out of this, like I said, and I'll see you all next time I have another spontaneous moment of making a video. Bye, y'all.